openers.
I'm gonna say, since you mentioned that, let's dig into that a little bit, because this swatting was rather hostile for a well-known leader over there at Infowars. You'd think that, we talked about these swattings before, and it's smart for people in this space to get to know their local, police department and people that are, potentially in on like the SWAT, not in on it, but would be conducting the swattings.
Right.
And he has no rapport with the with these guys, because this was hostile.
I mean, you think about it though, they all hate Infowars. They hate Alex Jones and Owen Shroyer and all of them. Like, well, I guess I can't say all of the cops hate them, but like Deep State basically hates them. So I'm not surprised that they were hostile to them. I'm curious. I haven't seen the video yet.
And I gotta say, when these dudes shout instructions, they need to learn how to speak English more clearly. They like speak cop whenever they do it, and it's weird. Like they're yelling at him, and I'm like, "What? What? I heard words, but what the hell was it that you just said?"
Right.
I'm hoping these videos are the right ones. I thought there was just one like 4-minute video, but
that's the one. That's with Alex Jones covering it. That's at the very top, actually.
Oh, okay.
Right underneath the training aggregate.
I thought there was one that was just like all of Owen put together, but we'll just start with this one then. Just have audio. But I mean, look at him. Dude's fully armed.
Bunch of crap.
Next video. We don't got
so
audio.
Tired of how they treat.
But this was them. They requested that he take his shirt off. They wanted him to take his shirt off and spin around, and he came out with he came out with his phone in his hand, which was a bad decision, because they see something in your hand, they could shoot. But
can you understand though, like if your phone was already in your hand and then they're like all this commotion, you're like, oh shit, let me get out here, and you've got your phone in your hand. I mean, it's a natural feeling to have your phone in your hand.
Can I just record this?
Okay, yeah, this is it. This is the 4-minute long video. Okay, we're gonna play this.
Okay.
Because this is crazy. I don't know what the report was when they were reporting to or whatever, but
all right, I assure you, this is a non-starter, gentlemen.
Keep your shirt up like that and rotate slowly.
You want me to take my shirt?
Golly.
I have nothing. You want me to take my shirt?
Follow your shirt from the top.
All right. First of all, when you have somebody yelling instructions to a person that you have at gunpoint, how about the other guy shut the hell up?
Right?
Yeah. Pull up. Rotate. 360. Turn. Slowly. Turn. Slowly. Stop. Put your hands up. Put your hands on the back of your head. You're going to walk backwards to the sound of my voice. Start walking. Keep walking. Backwards towards the sound of my voice. Stop. Get on your knees.
Just so you guys know, I'm home alone. This is a false police report.
Start crawling back towards the sound of my voice.
You got it, guys. Whatever you need.
Hey, we hear you, bro. We just gotta do this.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Keep crawling. Lay on your stomach. Put your hands out like an airplane. Put your palms up towards the sky. Stay right there. Do not move. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Fucking assholes.
And this is bullshit.
It's total bullshit.
He's in his basketball shorts. He doesn't have a shirt on. They got him crawling backwards on the ground, laying flat on his belly. Put your arms out like an airplane. It's like
Bullshit.
There's like how many of you guys with your weapons right on my face?
I know.
What do you mean?
Treat him like he's the criminal.
Just come over here.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna fight you. Let's this is only half over.
No, well, to be fair, in their defense, typically what you get with swatting calls is like they're not like light calls at all. They're generally like, help, my husband just killed my daughter. I'm in the closet hiding, please. Like they think my niece is downstairs. Like I think he's trying to kill us all. Like that's the stuff that they are saying with the swatting stuff. So that's why these guys show up like ready to go. Because if they don't know, any kind of swatting stuff's going on, which is actually what Juanita Broderick pointed out, because she got swatted as well.
Wow.
And when she told the cops about what was going on, they were like, what are you talking about? And she was like, you guys have no idea that this has been happening across the country? And they were like, no, we had no idea. So she made a post being like, dude, can the FBI give like a announcement out to all these agencies, like be aware this is on the rise? But imagine, you hear that and you're 3 minutes away. I mean, you show up. I mean, like that's a kind of like a normal response. But I do agree, the conflicting instructions, like take your shirt off, but also put your hands up, is like, what does somebody do in that spot? Who do you listen to? And I can't turn around, or you're gonna pop me. So, like, what am I supposed to do here?
Right, exactly. It's insane. Let's watch the rest of this here. Right, but you guys are right. Tix Bomber says there's 0% chance after swatting became known that every single SWAT team across the country didn't know. Exactly. Titan says it's almost like they want you to panic, for sure. It's
100%.
And that's the thing, like what Atlas said a minute ago, these dudes come, locked and loaded, ready to run in and save somebody or whatever. But that's why this is attempted murder by cop. I mean, calling a swatting on somebody, they're trying to kill Owen Shroyer and all the rest of these people. There's just no other way to explain it. Let's see here.
Well, I just don't know what you could even do about it, though, either. Right? Like, how do you, what's a better way to verify, like, it was a swatting call versus it wasn't? Maybe you, at a certain point, because a lot of these guys are moving to, like, AI-generated voices to get the calls out. Maybe the police end up having some kind of AI decryptor where they can tell if it's a fake voice or something. But that kind of technology is already asking a bit much for departments that barely invest into their own guys anyways. So who knows if it'll ever change.
Right. Yeah, it's pretty messed up. Let's see here. What else we got going on?
Oh, police department, make yourself known! Police department, come to the front door!
This right here. Like, what the fuck did you just say? You got guns? You're coming into my house? Like, what the hell?
Oh, police department, make yourself known! Police department, come to the front door!
That is not a good way to yell an order to somebody that you're about to run. Like, what? Dude?
I legit have no idea what he said. No idea.
Right. Well, imagine you're asleep and you hear that too. It's like, and I'm gonna have zero idea what you just said.
Right.
Hey. Empties, the only way I can guarantee your safety.
Like, I heard guarantee my safety, so
That's
I'm coming
all
out.
I heard. That's the only thing I heard that I could make out.
So bad.
Yeah.
It's really pathetic. And people do get killed in these scenarios. Thankfully, nobody has been, physically injured or worse in this recent wave. But man, Bobcat asked, "What's the?" It's good to see you, Bobcat. Said, "What's the connection between all the Infowars SWATs? It can't all be trolls." Well, one of their dudes was murdered in cold blood just this last week, and then there was followed up by swatting.
Yeah, it's 100% intentional. You know that they don't want Infowars out there spreading all the truth. They don't want that. It's 100% intentional. Look what they did to Alex Jones. Look how they did where they didn't even give him a hearing at all. All they gave him was the sentencing. What kind of crap is that? That is not what happens in America, but it was allowed to happen for Alex Jones. That he didn't even get a freaking fair trial at all. All he got was a sentencing. Like, give me a break.
His trial was determining how much he owed.
That's bullshit.
Declared guilty by the judge, wasn't allowed to speak. Yeah.
They're going after him hard, just like they do Trump. They're going after him hard. And the things that they've attempted on Trump, I expect them to attempt on Alex and his whole team, which is terrible. But I expect it.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. We'll expect Elon Musk to be happening again
and
soon.
Elon too. Yes.
What's insane with that as well is I believe there's a big doxing website that answered Bobcat's question, who is they? There was a public profile published. It's probably not up anymore, but it had the doxing addresses of a lot of these people on there, up to and including it had Kash Patel's home address on there as well. So these are like people who are, I mean, entirely unafraid, right? I think you got to have some balls to put the head of the FBI's, public address on a public document for people to come, use to dox and, with phone numbers and such. I think if you look at the fact that the Teslas are on fire, you're watching where all the other political violence is coming from. I think it's a safe bet to say it's probably coming from the same Antifa black bloc who's probably been waiting in line, not having much momentum or anything really to kind of tear up, but just going at things now. You kind of link that to, what was it? It's like that fake group called Anonymous. It made like that huge public viral announcement saying like they're in wait, they're in hiding. We have to act now to not let Trump and Elon steal our country away. Had like 24 million views, like a 3-minute video, but it's just like a 10-second loop of a guy in a Fox mask, just like bobbing his head up and down. So I guess we'll know eventually, like at some point. But I think it's a safe bet to just like, it's just some insane leftists, but clearly someone who knows what they're doing and how to get around this stuff and make it happen. So who knows if we'll ever get the, the swatters per se, but I think you would follow the Jeremy case as well, right? That took like over a year and a month to get one swatter down. So if it's multiple people doing it, I mean, it's going to take a long, long time.
Right. And I don't even know if they really got Jeremy Swatter or not. I mean, the way that they're doing it with VPNs and just everything that's out there, which above my pay grade, I don't even know how to do it, but people that know how to do it seem to believe that it's fairly easy. And, it's one of those things like Elon. I think Elon tried to say something about those attacks that shut down X were in Rumble were coming from like a Ukraine email address or area, not email address, but IP. And really you can change your VPN to say that you're in Ukraine in like 4 seconds. So I don't know, maybe they have some better ways of working around that type of stuff. But I know just with what they're selling us now for our own protection on internet protection and antivirus and stuff, the company Aura that I did the ad read for, I mean, it's protecting your identity online, and with just the tools that they give you with that, I mean, I feel like you could probably, do some stuff like this, it just makes it so much harder for people to really get caught. And that's why Tim Pool believes that his swatter isn't the one that was swatting Jeremy. And he also believes that they'll never get caught. And he's explained a little bit about it, but he also thinks his swatter's never going to get caught.
So my 2 cents on that is the same people that's trying to destroy America. It is, when you look at what the CIA did with all the testing that they've done on people and how they got Charles Manson and his group to go out and do the things they wanted them to do because they wanted these things to happen and they wanted this agenda to happen. I don't think that crap has ever stopped. And I think to this day, they're pushing things the way that they want things to happen. So when you think about it, how much control the CIA has over people with all their little PSYOP operations that they have, they can get these people to be like, oh, yeah, for the betterment of the society, let's go SWAT all these people because we hate them. You know what I mean? Like these brainwashed people. So
Well,
I think
terrorism.
Useful idiots.
Yeah, it's useful idiots.
That's what I'm saying. So I think the ones who are technically doing it are the useful idiots, but the ones who are behind it are the powers that be, which, I mean, CIA is an easy one to say just because it's been proven that they've done this bullshit in the past. So like they're still doing it in my opinion.
Well, with that, going back to what Donnie said last episode, the fact, everyone, the easy one is to say, Israel and such. And I think there's a grain of truth to that too. But when you look at secret societies in general, right, when you're looking at like Skull and Bones or the Freemasons or all these other kind of very high-end luxurious groups, so you have to do these ridiculous kind of rituals to get involved with, there's probably a lot of, you can say the deep state, but ultimately I think the interests are private interests. They're people who just get their guys into these kind of positions of the CIA. So even if you were to say you go up a level to the CIA and who's orchestrating it, that's still kind of like the middleman. I think the most important question is like the who, regardless. You want to know who is behind these things, but specifically like who's orchestrating it, right? Who planned it out and was motivated to do it in the first place, not who was hired to do the job. I think it's a more meaningful answer to have.
100%.